What's going on, everybody? The Strat Soldier here, bringing you the weekend shift here on Scipio Group. Thank you so much for being here. Man, it has been a crazy week, hasn't it? It was a short week. Monday, everybody everybody had a good time. Labor Day, I hope you had a good time. And then Tuesday, I wasn't expecting much. I really wasn't, because Tuesdays are when everybody starts dumping their positions. It's true. At least that's what I've seen. So, if you're brand new to the Strat, if you're brand new to Scipio Group, we are going to go through the signals that Rob pointed out on his weekend vid last week. I hope you watched it. If you didn't, get into the habit of watching that. It's good stuff. He went through 53 tickers this time, 53, and I think the video was only 15 minutes long. That's a lot of tickers. I mean, there's videos out there where people are talking about 3 tickers, 40 minutes. And they're going through the news, and they're going through the whys and the hows and could be's, but not with the Strat. We're going to go through the signals. We're going to talk about if it worked, if it didn't work, how we could have traded it, or if we didn't touch it at all, okay? I didn't do much this week. I did a few trades, took some small losses, very small losses. We'll talk about those real quick. But on Friday, oh yeah, I was able to put on SPY, cover all my losses, and end with a profit on the week. So that's always good. So let's get to it. Here are all my charts. I'm using TradingView. If you're going to follow along, I'm using TradingView. The main thing I want to talk about is time frame continuity. All right, time frame continuity. What we do with the Strat is gauge all the participants by price and time. All right. Now there's a lot of tickers, and there's a lot of coding and using to. There it is. To, like, for example, what they'll do is, let's say, they'll pull it. All they got is the 60 up, okay? And they'll have a ticker down here with a bunch of arrows. You've seen it. I'm sure you've seen it. They're good things. But they show you time frame continuity. Okay, it's green on the week, the month, the 60, and the daily. But you're not really looking at all the charts. You're still only looking at one time frame, okay? That's okay. That's okay. But it only tells you half the story, okay? Again, if those things are good, if you know what you're doing and you know why you're using them. But I want you to get used to using all your charts just like this, all 4 major time frames, okay? The month, the week, the daily, and the 60, 1 hour, but we call it the 60, all right? The 60. Is the chat working? I'm not seeing the chat move around. Let me see here. I want you guys to be able to put your questions in if you can. I see a bunch of hellos. Hello. Anybody out there? I am on a 15-second delay, so if I see you pop up your question and I haven't got it to it immediately, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because there's a delay there. That delay in there. Oh, all good. Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you very much. Again, with time frame continuity, those indicators and scripts are good. Okay, especially if you're trying to. I don't encourage it, but trade on your phone, okay? Because you only get the screen and you're doing the thing, and you're trying to get in something real quick and then jump out of it, But those scripts are good, but you want to be able to look at all the charts, okay? Now I am paying for this on TradingView, TradingView Pro Plus, so I can have these charts. Depending on what you do, you definitely want to look at the charts. If you got monitors up, all 4 monitors, you can see all 4 major time frames. That's okay, but definitely go through all the charts if you can only see one. Okay, especially if you're brand new at this. And I'm gonna go on Twitter and some I got on Scipio Group. Thank you very much for doing that and checking us out. Time frame continuity. Okay, so time frame continuity. The reason why we want to look at all the time frames like this is because it shows us what's happening right now, and it shows us the level of aggression of buyers and sellers without any indicators. Okay, you want to be able to look at this thing and go, okay, for example, the SPY. S&P 500. Again, for the new guys, new traders. And when I say SPY, or when Rob says SPY, we're talking about S&P 500. When we're talking about diamond, when I QQQ, that is NASDAQ. Okay? All right? So when you're in the room with Rob, he's going to say diamonds to the highs. Okay? He's going to say QQQ, inside and down on the 60, things like that. It's going to be real quick. Um, it's going to be really quick. So I want you to be able to understand what we're saying there. Now to define the monthly chart is all the participants that either entered, added, or reduced their positions on the month. Okay, the monthly bar. That's it. All right. I want you to understand this is the month. Okay, this is the current month of September. This is not a daily chart. This is not a monthly chart of all the days in the month. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about here. This is just September. Okay, this is August. Ooh, green. Ooh, green. But this is September. Okay. Same thing with I could do it from here. Same thing with the weeklies. Okay, the weekly bar. These are all the participants that entered, added to, or exited their positions, reduced their positions on the week. Okay, if you bought anything on the SPY, this is you. You're in there. This is you in there. You can't see you in there. Okay, you in there? But you're in there. Okay, that's all the participants that entered, added, or reduced their positions on the week. Same thing on the day. These are all the participants that entered, added to, or reduced their positions on the day. All right, and the 60. All right, this is what's happening right now. During the day, this is why we have the 60 up. Even if you're trading 5-minute time frames down to 1 minute. Okay, gotta know what's happening on the 60 because you want to know the level of aggression of buyers or sellers. Okay, yeah, we gapped up the very first 60 of the day, and then what happened? They started selling it. 2-2 reversal. Let's go to the 5-minute. Let's drop all the way down to the 5-minute. Let's see. Oh man, got a lot of scrolling to do. All right, 5-minute. What do we look for when it gaps up? If you follow me on Twitter, you follow Rob, you know what's going on. When it gaps up, there's only 2 things. There's only 3 things it could do. Okay, it's either going to go. It's already going 2 up. Scenario 2 up. Now it's either going to go inside bar for an inside, scenario 1, or it's going to go scenario 3 where it takes out both sides. All right, this one in particular, it gapped up right at SPY opened up at 451.04 and just went up, down. Got your 2-2 reversal right here on the 5-minute. 2 up, 2 down. Remember I showed you the 2-2 reversal last week. 2-2 reversal, 2 up, 2 down. Now, if you're really good at trading or the strat period, you could have got puts at the money right at 451, and just held it. Honestly, you could have held it for a long time, depending on what you do, or you could have took it right here. You could have, you know what I mean? Just take it. Okay, we're going to talk about why you want to do that. Okay, why would I want to just take it right here when I got full time frame continuity to the downside? Ooh, I'm getting too far ahead. But why would I want to take this when everybody says SPY is going to drop all day long? Because you're trading 5-minute bars. This thing goes. You had a 2-2 reversal right here. That's going to be hard to see because of that wick. You had a 2-2 reversal right here. All right, and it did go above. It did come back down, and you could have added here. That would have been a good place to add. 2-2 reversal on the 5-minute. You could have added there. But for the beginners or for someone that just wants to get in and out, scalpers, that's a good, the snipers. Sarah, the Strat Sniper, would have did that. Take that 2-2 reversal on the 5-minute, let it go, let it go, let it go. Okay, I got a 2-2 reversal on me, against me on the 5 minute bar. Just take the magnitude. I'm just cutting it, and if it sets back up like as it did here, shooter in force on the 5 minute, you can get back in. Okay, that's up to you. Um, Now that I accidentally skipped ahead and started talking about intraday time frame continuity, but I wanted you to see how having that 60 up. Let's go back. Let's go back. Sorry about this. Even if you're trading 5 minute bars, having this 60 up tells you what's happening. Okay, the level of aggression of buyers and sellers. Um, and we always look at the open. Okay, we are looking at the open, not the close. The open. All right, again, because that shows the level of aggression of buyers or sellers. Yes, it did open up way up here. All right, but then I showed you that 2-2 reversal on the 5 minute, and they just all red all day. Buy. Red means sell, green means buy. All right, I don't need an indicator to tell me that stuff. Um, let's get these charts back the way they were. How does everybody weekend go anyway? All right, I kind of just got into it because the strat is so easy to talk about. I kind of just got into it. How did everybody's week go? Mine went okay. All right, cool, very awesome, very awesome. Okay, again, the SPY with time frame continuity. Not looking for much to happen, but on September 7th, all right, it went 2-2 reversal to the downside on the day. On the week, though, let's go back to the week. It went 2-2 right at 450, and it for the rest of the week all the way down to 445. All right, 2-2 reversal, two up, two down on the week, two up, two down, and so on the daily, right here, here's the 7th right here, red. Got 2-2 reversal right here on the daily to the downside, and they try to bring it back up. And then here is the 9th. It did go 2-2 reversal green up for just a hair, but then they started selling it, come back down, and then Friday they just took them all out. Here's your 60s. Here's your 60s. It's easier to see Friday. Friday was full-time frame continuity to the downside. Now, what's full-time frame continuity? Full-time frame continuity means all of the participants are confirming each other either to the upside or the downside, and the level of aggression is going in the same direction on all time frames, okay? The monthly, the weekly, the daily, and the 60 on Friday on the SPY, all confirming red to the downside. To the downside. You did have a 60 right here, right at 11:30. They started buying them again. They started buying them again. Now, if you only had one time frame up, okay, yep, I got a question here. It says I missed the first class. It is easy to explain. Is it easy to explain 2-2 reversal? Yep, we'll talk about 2-2 reversal because that's a 3-2. Yep, I'll talk about 2-2 reversal when we talk about this one right here. So if I only got one chart up, okay, I'm looking at the 60s. I only got one chart up. All right, and I got my little indicators that say, what's time frame continuity, scripts and things like that. But I'm not looking at any other charts. I'm only looking at this one. This is still only half the story of what's going on, because this is going to show full time frame continuity to the upside, and then it's going to, then it goes red. And what you're not seeing once this goes green at 11:30, all right, you had it did go 2-2 reversal, but just for a few minutes, okay, and then so you got two down scenario. Let me zoom this in. Let me zoom it in. Scenario 2 down because it took out the bottom of the previous range. Okay, scenario 2 down. Scenario 2 up because it took out the top side of this right here. So 2 down. Even though it's green, it's still a 2 down. And then scenario 2 up. And then it failed. Does that make sense? All right, we're going to get into a better 2-2 reversal when we get here. But what I'm saying is, with time frame continuity, if I see this, if I only got one time frame up and I got this one green, and I'm looking for a two, and then it goes green, 2-2 reversal to the upside. If I'm not looking at all the other charts, again, I'm only seeing half the story. Only seeing half the story, because if this is green, I got 160 that's green, one. But I'm looking at this big, giant red bar on the day, and I already got a 2-2 reversal on the weekly, and my monthly's red. All right, how far do I think this 2-2 reversal is going to go? Not very far. Not very far. Can you put the numbers on the bars for the people in the back? Get closer to the screen. No, I'm kidding. I can do that. I did think about doing that. I probably can. But I can. I can. But I want you to be able to see this stuff, okay? I want you to be able to see it. Let me do this. Let me do it. Give me a hot second. The people in the back, scoot up. Scoot your chair up. This is important. That's not going to give me. Let me go here. Yep, there you are. Okay. Well, since I did it, now I got to tell you about it. If you are on Twitter, anybody using the Strat hashtag, go to ask them for this indicator from Crinkleberry. Nope. Ask them for the signals for the. It's in TradingView. It's a weird name. Crinkledale. Crinkleberry. I'm saying it so bad. Everybody out there is just like, are you kidding? You don't know? I do know. Let me see here. Okay. All right. We'll talk about it. It's a get on the hashtag on Twitter. Hey, Strat Soldier's talking about this numbering system in TradingView. What's it called? Okay. Who's it from? It's in Crinkledale, and I'm sorry I'm saying that wrong. And Crinklebind. That's it. Crinklebind. Thank you. Ooh, thank you, Esteban. Thank you. Crinklebind. Right. It's so hard to say. You read these things on Twitter and you're like, yo, yeah, I got it. Then you say it out loud. You're like, this guy doesn't know what he's saying. I'll put them up for the back, people in the back, but I'll keep it on the weeklies, okay? I'll just keep it up here. All right. So now you got a 2-2 reversal on the weekly. There's your 2-2 reversal. There's your numbers. 2 up, 2 down. And just for fun, let's go back to those 60s. Please let me know if I'm going too fast, because the whole point of the weekend shift is to slow this down for you guys, okay? And then we're going to start going into the signals from last week. All right, here's the 60s. All right, scenario 3, the very first hour. That went into a 3-2 reversal to the downside right here. All right, then you had a slight 2-2 reversal here. 2 down, 2 up. And then for 2-2 reversal to the downside is right here. These 2 bars. 2 up because it took out the top side of this bar. But then it closed as a shooter. And then the very next bar. Don't get it up here. There's some stuff out there saying, we're getting in stuff earlier and cheaper. Don't get in early. We have actionable signals for a reason. If you are getting in on something early, you are asking everyone to make you a loser first. That's what you're asking for. Now, don't create bad habits. Okay, don't create bad habits by getting in early, or just ignoring all your rules. All right, if you're following the strat, if you're following your own, you'll develop your own personal rules as you go on. Like, for example, I don't trade Friday. One of my buddies, declared, I'm not trading Fridays anymore. And then he texted me later on at like 2:30. Oh, I made all this money on this ticker as it went down. Like, dude, you didn't follow your rules. Okay, good job. You made money. But if you break your rules consistently, then if you make up a rule and then you break it as soon as you get it the first chance, there's no discipline there. It's about discipline and process. All right. James Bradley would definitely tell you about that. Discipline and process. What I'm saying is, don't get in early. Your actionable signal is here. All right. Let's get this right here. As soon as it goes below soon as it goes below 448.77 is what I got on my side, all right? That's your actionable signal, the shooter. The actionable signal is a shooter. Just because this, all right? I'm not touching it, not touching it, not touching it. Okay, finally it goes, the price trades below this shooter. Now you can get in. Now you can get puts. And that's what I did here, all right? That's what I did here. I got the, I didn't get the, I did get it, I got the 447, $447 put for the September 13th strike price, not Friday, not that Friday, but the following September. Gave me a little bit more time. If you're new to options, learn about Greeks. Learn about the Greeks. Okay, just don't watch 3 YouTube videos about options and then jump in stuff. You will get wrecked. Okay, but I took the 2-2 reversal right here on the 60, 2 up, 2 down, right at this action line, this yellow action line. And then I wrote it down here, and I got a little bit of here, just a little bit. But then what I wanted to do was, all I wanted to do was take money out of, isn't the entry at 44830? I got 448.77. That's what I got. So it's some change. Okay, so maybe we can move this down a little bit. You just want to know that it's trading. As soon as it trades below this shooter, that's when you want to hit it. Okay, so if you got some pennies on your side there, Susie, that's okay. Just know that you're trading it as soon as it goes below this shooter. As soon as it goes below this shooter. And then what I wanted to do with this one was just I took some losses, and then I used this to cover my losses, and then make a little bit of profit, and then I cut it. I should have, looking at time frame continuity, full time frame continuity to the downside, I could have held and then added every time the 60. 60 still good, add. Okay, 60 still good, add. But the way things have been going, I'm busy at work and all these other things too. Weekly, let's change this back to the weekly. I definitely could have held that for a lot more profit. But I got what I wanted. I got out of the market, okay? All right, not get wrecked, not get killed. Sam, are reversals only determined by up-down candles? Color of the candles does not matter. When we're talking about the scenarios, the color of the candle doesn't matter. Let's go to, that's the weekly. Let's go to the 60s. The color of the bar doesn't matter when you're talking about scenarios or the reversals, okay? Scenarios. This is, where's my yellow? There's my buddy right here. This is a scenario 2 up, even though it's red. You see that? See that, Sam? Hello. That is a scenario 2 up. Oh, that ended up being a 3. Yep, that ended up being a 3. This opened as a scenario 2 up. All right? And then it came down below that. Yep, okay, he sees it. He sees it. All right, he sees it. And then it traded below that, which became a 3. All right, so let's find you a better example. Let's move this. Let's move our little guy right here. That is a scenario 2 up, even though it is red. That's a scenario 2 up. Don't make a mistake of calling that a 2 down. That's not. That's a 2 up. It closed as a shooter, then went 2-2 reversal to the downside. This is a 2 down, scenario 2 down, because it took out the lows of the previous bar. Understand that? Okay, what about a 3? Sam's getting that. Okay, this is a 3, but that's not a very, that is a 3, but let's find you a nice one. Oh, you know what? What am I doing? What am I searching for? Let's go to the spy on the ear. That's the easiest one to look for because we know where it's at. A scenario 3 takes out both sides of the previous range. All right. There is now, if you showed up last week to this week, You're like, yeah, we heard this before. We know, we know. Yeah, well, we're doing this again because there's new people showing up every day and learning about the strat. This is scenario 3. Notice it takes out both sides of the previous range. Okay? It took out the highs, it took out the lows of this bar here. See that, Sam? Yep. Sorry about that. Sorry about the lag between the video and the audio. Sorry about that, Sam. Do you see that scenario 3? There it is right there. All right. So there's your scenario 3. Let's go back to the weeklies. So full time frame continuity to the downside on the SPY. That was Friday. Again, the reason why you want to look at all your charts all at once, all 4 major time frames, is because we are looking for the level of aggression of buyers and sellers. All right. And when you know that, you don't need indicators. I know where the price is going. All right, they're selling this thing. They've been selling it on the month. They're selling it on the week. They've been selling it all day today. And then every 60 that opens at the bottom of the hour, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, every time this 60 is red, it is reconfirming what's happening on the daily, which is reconfirming what's happening on the weekly, which is reconfirming what's happening on the monthly. All right, my object tree got messed up here. All right, there we go. That's better. So what we do is we look at the month first. What are they doing? All right. Right now it's red. We are looking for actionable signals on the week to reconfirm what's happening on the month. Okay, that's what we're doing every week with Rob and the the weekend vid. We're looking for signals that are going to reconfirm what we're seeing on the month. And time frame continuity, that's reconfirming what's happening on the month. Now, once the week starts, we're looking for every day to reconfirm what's happening on the week. Every day that's red. Okay, September 7th, red. All right, the 8th. Now that's green. We had some conflict. All right, you can still trade in conflict, but you got to know what's going on. You have to know that it's going to be it could be a scalp. Okay, it could be just a day trade. Right here, the 9th and the 10th, both reconfirming that they're selling it on the week. And then on every 60 that was red was reconfirming that they are selling their positions. Let's see here, Susie. Easy to read past the candles, but it's hard to read while they are forming. I know what you mean, but if you have all your charts up like this, you will be able to see it. You will be able to see it. It will take time. It will take time. It's with any trading system that you do, you will have to learn it. You will have to work with it. All right. You'll get into it. You'll get it. You'll get it. You'll get it, Susie. Just keep showing up, and then you'll have a moment that it clicks. It will. I promise it will click. Full time frame continuity to the upside. Let's look at Marna real quick. We got to get through these tickers. Let's look at Moderna. There's a lot of nicknames too for things, but so Moderna, MRNA. We're gonna call it Marna. All right. So with Marna, inside month, it is inside month, but you have they're buying it on the week. They're buying it every day that it was green. They were buying it on that day, and every 60 that was green, they were buying it on the day. Now I want you to pay attention to. We're gonna move these charts like this here just for a second because I want you to see and focus on September 9th. September 9th. We're gonna pretend that the other days don't. It's not here yet. Okay. All right. It is. You're talking about, Susie. You're talking about how it's hard to see during the day when the candles are forming. Here's the 9th, okay? I was looking at the 9th. I was in Rob's chat room, and I said, Rob, I'm looking at Moderna, okay, because I was looking for this 212 continuation right here above 437 12. I got 12 over here. I don't know what you got over there. It could be some pennies, but above 437, I'm looking for a 1 2, a 2, scenario 2, scenario 1, scenario 2 continuation. All right, boom. Now, why am I looking for that? Because I'm looking for the daily to reconfirm that they're buying it on that they've been buying it all week, and I'm looking for, of course, that week is already confirming that they're buying it this month, even though that's an inside month. Once the no, even though it's an inside month, you can still work that because it's two up on the week. All right, it's a larger range. Okay, that you can work with. Even though we say don't trade things that are inside, you can get away with it on a monthly or a yearly. All right, so Marna on the ninth, full time frame continuity to the upside. It did gap up. It did gap up. I put my buy order at 437.12, but it did gap up right and opened up at 430. Now I was ready to I canceled that order because I'm not. No, you're not going to get me on that. You know what I mean? It'll gap up and then reverse back down. But and then so I was prepared, 100% prepared to cancel it. I didn't cancel it. I was 100% prepared to cancel it. But then it triggered for the daily. All right, I put my buy order on the daily, and then it triggered during the 60 right here, and it went full time frame continuity to the upside all day that day. They were buying it on the month, the week, the day, in the 60 all day that day. All right. How do you manage tight stops with long wicks? Long wicks. Yeah, that's tough. What you do, for example, for this one, um, you set your buy, and then you set your stop right here. All right, and that's for the daily. I'm gonna move it out. Oh shoot. Oh man. Sorry. All right. You set your stops right below the actionable signal. All right. Now this is my stops for. Let's make it red to make it easier to understand. That's my stops for the day on the daily. If I was taking that daily signal, okay. Now, once that thing triggers, the way things have been trading, y'all crazy and stuff like that. What I could do is I can take my stops and immediately, once it starts working, immediately push my stops right even, you know, dang near even, or just above. Okay. That way, if this thing comes back down and I get stopped out, I don't lose any money, or I take a little bit of that. Okay, I take a little bit of it. That's exactly where you put your stops. Someone asked, how do you calculate your stops? That's You put your stops below the actionable signal you are getting in on. Let's go back to that daily. Okay, remember, we're not okay. Here's your daily. Here's your 2-1-2 continuation. Here's my stop right here. All right, at least no more than 50% of this previous range. Now, if you're trading options, again, I trade shares. If you're trading options, that could be difficult. That could be very difficult. But if you know the price is trading below, let's say 462, 426, and it dropped below that, cut it. Just cut it. Um, just cut that thing because you know it's going to the downside. It's red. Okay. If you're in this thing and the price opens up below your stop, cut it. Okay. You don't need to don't need to second guess. That's the best thing about the strat. Do I trade? I trade options to the downside, not necessarily to the upside. I'll trade shares. But for example, remember my example on the SPY. I will trade puts. I will trade put options. All right, let's get to these daily signals. That's time frame continuity. All right, so now we're going through these tickers, and remember time frame continuity. All right, Now, you guys asked for the signals to be on the weekly, so I put it on the weekly. It's still up there, the numbers. All right, Apple. What were we looking for in Apple? We were looking for a little bit of 2-2 continuation to the upside because the month was green, and the week was, again looking for a 2-2 continuation on that. And why? What we would have to do on a 2-2 continuation on the weekly is look for a reversal on the daily or the 60 to get in on that. But what happened? Oh my goodness. It was green. Okay? It was green that day on the week. This guy right here, it was green. It opened up green. The level of aggression of buyers was higher, and it opened up higher than the previous week. Green, 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 and then they just dumped it the last 3 days. All right, you need an indicator to see that? No, you don't. But if you do use indicators, that's fine. I get it. I get it. Oh, that's my daily. Let's change these back to 60s. 60s. All right. Apple hurt a lot of people. Apple. That wasn't fun. Not making jokes about that so much. Um, but again, you got your 2-2 reversal here. Two up, two down. Inside, there's that two. That's the inside and then down. All right. 2-1-2 continuation. Okay. And then the last. Let's see. Look at these 60s. Look at these 60s. Two up, two down, 2-2 reversal on the 60. Perfect. All right. Let's make that bigger. We got a lot of tickers to go through. 2-2 reversal right here. You want to get puts on that? Get puts right there at 154. Right at 154 on this bar. As soon as it trades below this. Right? All right. Look at that. All day long. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's just buy the dip. Okay, so what if you bought this guy right here? Buy the dip. All right, you're not looking at full time frame continuity. I know what I'm doing. I don't need blah 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 blah. All right, so you start buying on this thing, this little green guy. All right, you're not looking at full time frame continuity. You're not looking at red on the day, red on the week, red on the monthly. You try to do some kind of hero stuff on this bar, and then you get triangled out. 2-2 reversal, bam, bam, or 2-2, 2-1-2 continuation. Bam, 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 all day. All right? All right. What's put strike would you go for? I would go for 154 on that. I would go for 154 or 153. That's going to depend on you and your spreads. Don't do anything that's too spready, okay? Anything more than 10 cents, it's too much, okay? And then try to get something, Rob likes to talk about the cheapo options Friday. I like to do something, the week out. That way I got more, triangle out. We're going to go through that. That way I got more time. Learn about the Greeks, okay? Delta, all right? Ask your homeboy Theta why you can't hold your option all the way to expiration. All right, Autodesk. We were looking for some more downside. Why? Because it was already 2-2. It was already shooter in force on to the downside. All right, and we got some more of that here on this week. Not much, but we got some more. Here's your dailies for the week, starting at the 7th. I'm gonna buy the dip. Oh yeah. All right. Here's 2 more days of red. Is that working out for you? No. Okay. Look at Friday. Oh man. Okay. All right. AMC. What happened on AMC? The apes. A little bit of good stuff. All right. Just looking at time frame continuity alone. All right. They're buying it on the month, the week, the days, and they were buying it that first 60, and then it just kind of trailed out, but you didn't get wiped out, okay? 2-1-2 continuation on AMC. Depending on what you do and how you do it, you made money on that. Actionable signal on the 2-1-2 continuation was right at 47.75. AMD. All right, we were looking for, the month was already red. We're looking for some more red, and we got that. 2-2 reversal on the weekly. You see that? 2 up, 2 down, 2-2 reversal on the weekly. And then for the dailies, there's your days. Man, inside. You're holding it here. You got it here. I'm feeling good. All right. It's going back to the highs. Oh, is it? Here it goes. Boom. All right. What's the difference between a reversal and a rev strat reversal? That's a rev strat is a reversal. So I don't have one right here. This is this a rev strat? Yes, it is, but it's not a really good example of a rev strat because it's a little small. But here's a rev strat. Inside bar, 2 down, 2 up. Okay, inside bar, 2 down, 2 up. That's a rev strat right here. Now we're looking for this rev strat to take all this out. Like I said, it's not a great rev strat example, but it is a rev strat. Inside bar, 2 down, 2 up. Now, the same thing for the downside. Inside bar, it could be 2 up and then 2 down. That's also a rev strat. A rev strat is a reversal. Amazon looking for some upside, and it did for hair. It did for just a tiny bit, and then they dumped it. They dumped it. Oh, gosh. All right. Works and puts. I'm going to buy the dip. Okay, that's good. Here's some triangle layout action right here. Here's some triangle they out. Let me make this big. Triangle they out. Chuck out there, big shout out to Chuck. He was it one day it was a Saturday, and he said, I'm going to call triangle layout TTO. And I don't remember the date, but I'm going to find out what day it was. It was during the winter. And daggone it, Chuck. It's triangle day out, okay? Anyway, you bought it here. 2-2, you got I got a 2-1-2 reversal to the upside, okay? So then you get in right here on this bar. Let's make it green, make it make sense. You got in here on this live bar, and it's looking good. All right. Now this bar continues going up green. All right. It's going great. But then 2-2 reversal to the downside. All right. And then you get taken out. Triangle they out. Triangle. Okay. I don't have my my drawing tools up here, but triangle. Up and then down. Up and then down. Triangle they out. Now we got a lot more to go through, but there's remember what I was talking about? Don't break your own rules. You'll get to a point where you think you know the reversals, and you think you know more about the strat than other. You'll get confidence, and that's okay. And then you'll get to a point where you're like, hey, that's just a triangle they out. I can hold through it. All right. And again, if you're not looking at time frame continuity, that can hurt you. That can hurt you big time. Hey, that's just a triangle they out. That's just a TTO. I'm not gonna cut it. I'm not gonna cut it. Then what's it do? Totally takes you out, and then goes below your stops, goes below everything that you thought it was gonna go down to. Here's my support and resistance. Oh, okay, there goes your support. It's gone. It's gone. So what I'm saying is, don't get in the habit of holding through triangle layouts. Just take it. Hey, hit my stop. I'm out. If it sets back up, good. All right. Or switch positions. All right. And hey, I was in shares in this Amazon. Now it's time to get puts. Why? Because I got a 2-2 reversal on the 60, and it's full time frame continuity to the downside. All right. All right. Yeah, a lot of things did not hit magnitude. Why is it not a good one? Oh, that rev strat wasn't a good one because it didn't hit magnitude. We like long and red green bars, okay? This reversal right here, 2-2 reversal, all right, on that 2-2 continuation did take out the magnitude, all right? We want this reversal to take out this bar. See that? We want this reversal to take out this bar. And with the 2-2 continuations, it finally did that, okay? All right, I was just showing you, okay, and he's talking about the rev strat. Why wasn't the rev strat a good example? It just wasn't. We'll find you a better one. All right. Auto Nation, we were looking for some more downside because it's already 2-2 reversal on the monthly. Did it do it? Just looking at time frame continuity, did it do it? Yes, it did. It gave us some more downside. 2-2 continuation. Now, you don't want to enter on this at 105. you want to go over to a smaller time frame and look for a reversal to get in on this, okay? You could have got in on this right here. The 2 up, 2 down, 2-2 reversal, 2 up, 2 down, all right? Which would be reconfirming that they're selling it on Friday, they're selling it on the week, and they're selling it on the month. Full time frame continuity to the downside. All right, ANF, Abercrombie. She wears Abercrombie and Fitch. Anybody remember that song? Probably not. Oh, no. All right. Anyway, we were looking for some more downside. You got a little bit. You got a 2-1. You got a 3-1-2 continuation on the weekly. You got some there. But then they bought it the last 2 days. All right. Again, full time frame continuity. All right. But this is conflict. Would I necessarily trade this? You know, you could on these 2 days. 2 up, 2 down. Right at 34.63, and work those 2 days. But then you look at the 60s. You know, I don't know. I don't know. Let's look at these 60s real quick. Yeah, oh yeah, that looks good. You know, you get in, you get on this bar right here. You know, you take it here, and then your 60s. You're watching your 60s. The shooter in force, the shooter here. Just because you see a shooter doesn't mean it's bearish and you need to cut it. Okay, it didn't hit your stops. You're still in this thing, and then it just kind of chops around sideways the rest of Friday. But you could still be in that thing, okay? Small hammer. We call that no, that's nothing. We got this. I'll get my buddy on Twitter. We call things ugly hammers. That's not necessarily an ugly hammer. We could be looking for a 2-2 reversal on the weekly right above 35.84. 35.84. All right. Abercrombie and Fitch. APA. What were we looking for? This is a no trade for me. No trade. No trade. Why? Why is this a no trade? Because the weeklies. It did not. This is scenario 1. This is scenario 1 on the week. All right? Doing nothing. Stuck inside. Now you could have did some ninja stuff in here. Look at these dailies. Look right here. September 7th. All right? You could have did some stuff here, but again, it's messy. Look at these 60s. Look at these 60s. I know what it's going to do. I'm going to buy calls. It's going up. It's going up. No. I'm buying puts. It's going down. Oh, okay. Yep. I'm making money. It's good. Oh, no, it's reversing to the upside. I'm getting the calls. I'm buying shares. Oh, good. Up, it comes up here. It's gap. It's dying. Nope. I'm getting puts. Cut it. Okay, 2-2 reversal on the 60. I got it. It's going to be good. I got it all day long. 60 right here. Doesn't hit magnitude. Next bar comes in. 2-2 reversal to the downside all day long. This is the price consolidating, okay? If you ever get into a situation like this where it's going up, it's going down, it's going up, it's going down, look at the higher time frames. Like if you don't have all the charts up like this just because you're not paying for the, they're paying for that or whatever, zoom out. Immediately zoom out. Immediately go to the weekly time frame. Go to the daily time frame. See if you're trading an inside bar, okay? That's what happened with APA. Inside bar. That's right, John. Appen. Let me see here. It's messing up. I got some stuff in here messing up some charts here. Let's get that straight line. That's a broadening formation in there, but sometimes it... okay, 2-2 reversal on Appen. 2-2 reversal to the downside on the weekly. The month's not doing much, okay? Real small inside, but we could have worked that. 2-2, 2 up, 2 down, 2-2 reversal. Look at them dailies. Man, Appen to the downside. Oh my goodness, look at them 60s. Look at them 60s. Woo! All right, Big C. Susie, I don't know what that says. Retype that, Susie, please. I want to help. Big C, they were looking for some upside stuff on Big C because, all right, we're looking for the 2-2 continuation on Big C. It did it for a hair, right at $62.52. It did it for a little bit. And then right here on the daily, and then 2-2 reversal to the downside. All right, 2-2 reversal to the downside. Oh my goodness. All right, if you bought here, cut it. Just cut it. You can work puts if you want. But outside, that's a scenario 3 on the week. Took out the highs, took out the lows. Big C. Bill. Bill. Rob sings a song from School of Rock about Bill. It was only a bill. It did go 2 up. We were looking for some 2-2 continuation on that because the month is green. Okay. But then you can see here they bought it on. You did get your 2-2. That's a scenario 3 on September 7th. They bought it a little bit and then they just dumped it the last 2 days. Big C. That'd be a no trade for me. I would have cut that. I would have got in on that and cut it. All right, no good. Cat tractor. All right, looking for some more downside because the month is red and we're waiting for this shooter to go in for us. This ugly shooter. Okay, it's not perfect. All right, it's an ugly shooter. Wait for the ugly shooter to go in for us. We got a 2-1-2. Right there, inside and down, inside and down on the week. You got your dailies. You could have worked puts on that. On the 60s, it's a mess. It's a mess. Again, if you're seeing anything like that, pull up the other charts. I'm surprised this isn't an inside bar. I mean, because the way this looks, I'd have been like, that's an inside week. I'm not messing with any of this. Look at that. All trapped in that same range. All trapped in the same range, okay? See that? See how all these are really tight? Okay. All right, Chewy. How long do you keep your trades? Honestly, I like weekly and monthly trades, and I want to stay in a winning position as long as I can. Personally, a week has been my longest. Just because the volatility has been crazy, and you could have a signal that is, you're looking at a weekly signal, and you want it to go all week, and you hit it in 2 days. Okay, I talked about Draftkings last episode and how it was a weekly signal to the upside, and I hit that thing in 2 days. So it was a 2-day trade. So just knowing, and then it reversed to the downside, and I got out. So about a week has been my record so far. What I really want to do is hold a position for months. Okay, I want to hold a month. Months. Lauren from that used to be in the show with Rob when he was at his old company. She was telling me about some positions she's got back from 2009. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to be. Hello. Someone says I am offline. Hello. All right. Somebody sees me. All right. Chewy. Looking for some more downside. The month was shooter and force to the downside, all right? We got a little bit of 2-2 continuation on that. You had a 2-2 reversal on the daily, up, and then they just, look at that. You could have worked this. 2 down, 2 up, 2, 1, 2, reversal to the upside, right at $74. Worked it, and then come in on the 10th, opens up, 3, no, that's a 2-1-2 reversal to the downside, and just cut it. Took your profits. Move on to something else. Let me see here. Refresh login page if you're offline. Sometimes that helps me. Please, refresh that thing. It happens. All right. COF Capital One looking for some more downside, and we got it. It didn't do much, but we got it. All right, $1. All right, I wouldn't have messed with this. All right, it's too much up and down, too much in the tight range. Cog from the Energies XLE, looking for some more upside because it's hammer and force on the monthly. Right here, right above 1654. It did it. 2-2 continuation, which you would drop down to a lower time frame and try to find a reversal into that. You could have took this 2-1, not this day, but on the 8th, you could have took it right there because that's a 2-1-2 reversal to the continuation to the upside and worked that for 2 days. Let's see here on the 60s. Is there anything on the 60s? Nope. Maybe this guy right here, 3-2 to the upside. It's a little messy in there. All right. But COG worked. Short week, short week. We're looking for some more continuation on Costco. We got it. We got it. Not a lot. Not a lot. Okay, short week. Short week. Coop. We were looking for some more upside on Coop because it was 2-2. It was 3-2-2 on the month. It was. What's it doing now? Remember time frame continuity. All right. Daggone it. You know, time frame continuity. It's a double edged sword. You know, it's a double edged sword. What they did on the set. Okay, so what they did was we were looking for some 2-2 continuation, and it did that. All right. And then they came in on the 8th and they dumped it. Look at this big outside bar on the 60. Look at that thing. All right, right here. Let me blow this up. Look at that. Right there. There's your scenario 3. There's your scenario 3 on the 60. My goodness. All right, and then they just sellers took control. Sellers took control of that thing. Coop, looking for more upside, but what do? We traded with what we know to be true. We don't have opinions. We don't pull up charts and have a bunch of opinions of what's happening. Okay, this is not a Rorschach test. We trade what we know to be true right now. CRM, 2-1-2 reversal to the downside. CRM, Costco also no, that's not Costco. This is Cisco. 2-1-2 reversal to the downside. 2-1-2, boom, hits them. Outside day on Friday. Outside bar on the 60. Look at that. Oh my goodness. All right, looks like we got an old broadening formation in here. We could redraw that one. All right, Friday messed up a lot of long positions. CX. All right, CSX. Two shooter in force. That's an ugly shooter in force to the downside. 2-2 continuation on the downside on the week. Trading futures. I personally don't trade futures. But we will watch the futures on Sunday. You would just use the strat as we do. Is anyone else seeing the screen offline? Can you see me? Sorry, we had to trade. We had to do it in a later hour due to work and other things. So hopefully you can still see me. All right. This is for Deckers. We were looking for some upside stuff. Okay, they see me. We're looking for some upside stuff, maybe some downside, because it was hammer and shooter in force for Deckers to the downside. But then, honestly, that's an inside bar. It's not an inside bar because it's not an inside bar. Okay, it's not an inside bar. But the way that thing traded, I mean, it went like a couple cents below this one, which made it a 2. Okay. But look at those days trapped in that tight range. Okay, maybe you could have did some ninja stuff right here, 2-2 reversal to the upside, but then you just take it as soon as it hits magnitude and get out of there. Draftkings. What are we looking at? We're looking at some more continuation, and you got that 2-1-2 continuation on Draftkings. Short week, so I didn't get in on this one. I was waiting for them to dump it. And they finally did on Friday, but just a little right here. 2-2 reversal to the downside on Draftkings on Friday, but that did work. 2-1-2 reversal to the upside, and if you would have just took your magnitude, just take the money and walk. All right, running over time here. Sorry about this. This is Dollar Tree. Looking at Dollar Tree, and it did go slightly 2 up. I got into this one, got stopped out to the down. Once I got stopped out, just cut it, move on. EQT. Give me a second here. EQT. We were looking for some more upside. It did it for just a hot second, and then just crapped out. Okay, a lot of these things did this. A lot of scenarios to the upside did this. EQT, come on. EXAS, no trade on EXAS. because it's an inside bar on the week. Up, no, it did a slight 2 to the downside. All right, that maybe that's a good reason why you have the candle the numbers there. Option plays. I talked about option plays in the beginning of the show, so you'll have to watch that in the beginning. All right, no trade for me on EXAS, honestly. All right, Expedia. It did it. We're looking for a 2-2 reversal to 2-1 or 2-2 continuation on this. It did it for a hot second and then they just dumped it. Okay, all right, they did that. Look at these 60s. All right, they're getting rid of it. Futures. Yeah, we'll talk about futures weren't in the. This is a no trade for Facebook. Trading futures, you would do the strat exact same way for trading futures. Now I know the futures contracts are a lot more expensive, so get with anybody on hashtag the strat, and they will help you out with that, with trading the futures, because those contracts are a lot more expensive than what we're doing here. Facebook, no trade, stuck inside, no trade. FedEx, looking for some more downside, and it did it. All right, 2-2. Look at these 2-2 continuations on FedEx. More downside. 2-2 continuation where you would have to come in and find your reversal to get in on. You could have did that here right on September 7th, right at 2:30. 2 up, 2 down, 2 up, 2 down. Right at 264. All right, you want to talk about working options? All right, right at 260, full time frame continuity to the downside. Bam. All right, hit it. All right, GDT. We were looking. GDX. GDX out of gold. All right, here's a good example of triangle it out. This is an example I pulled up for you guys for this one. 2-1-2 reversal to the upside, and then the next bar you get taken out. All right, once it gets up here, you can take your magnitude and then just cut it. All right, getting through these things, running over time. Sorry about this. 2-2 reversal to the downside on GameStop. We were talking about that last episode. GameStop 2-2 reversal to the downside on the week. Hey apes, this is what a 2-2 reversal on the downside looks like. Okay, 2 up, 2 down. Just buy the dip. No, just buy the dip. No, okay, you're going to get wrecked, and that's what everybody did here. On the 60s, though, 2-1-2 reversal to the upside, okay? Man, 2-1-2 reversal to the upside. You could have worked this on the 60s, okay? That's this day right here, though, all right? All right. Work trade reversals. Don't just jump in on stuff. Google 2-2 see it. Look at that day. Oh my goodness. I don't need an indicator to tell me what's going on here. 2 up, 2 down. Nothing but red. Nothing but red. HFC. HFC. 2-2-2-1-2 reversal to the downside on the week. ILMN. No trade on ILMN inside week. Jazz Farm, no trade inside week. Okay, see that? No trade inside week. Look at all these. Look at that mess. No trade. Twitter. Yep, maybe we'll go through Twitter. I'm not sure. I'm going over time here, and we are going through JP Morgan right now. 2-1-2 reversal to the downside because the month was inside but red. Okay, 2-1-2 reversal to the downside. It did it. Didn't take magnitude, but you could have made money on that. Look at this thing. Look at that 60. Where's it going to go? Down here. All right, it did it. Okay, it did it. JWN. Nordstrom looking for some more downside, and it did it. Got some more 2-2 continue. Got some 2-2 continuation on the weekly. You would have to look for a reversal in this thing here to get in on that. LPI Petroleum looking for some more upside because it's hammering force on the month, and you got some. All right, you got some. A little messy in here. All right, but you got some. You could have worked that. You could still be in that one. LVS. LVS, we were looking for this hammer to go in force on the monthly. It didn't do it, okay? There's your scenario 3 on the week. It traded above the last previous range just for a tiny bit, and then they sold it all, all the way down, all right? LVS, they got rid of it. LYB, looking for some more downside, and you got it. 2-2 continuation to the downside. Right here. And then Thursday and Friday, Friday was an inside day for them. All right. Right here on the 8th. Look at that thing. Look at that outside bar. 3-2 reversal to the downside. There's a hammer. Does that mean it's a jump in? Should I jump in early because there's a hammer? Did the hammer go in force? No, it did not. It never traded above 93.88. Still continued to the downside. A little bit in here. Messy. Microsoft. Mr. Softy, we were looking for some upside, hopefully, and it went inside and down on the week. Inside and down on the week. 2-2 look at that 2-2 reversal on the 60 right there. Look at that. Everything did that. All right, Netflix, looking for some more upside because it's 2 up on the month, and you got some. It went 2 up, green, and then inside, and then down. I mean, it was you probably would have cut that too, but you got some. You made some money. Nike looking for some more upside. What did it do? It ended up going hammer and force to the shooter and force to the downside. All right, that's an ugly shooter. But 2-2 reversal to the downside on Nike. All right, it did gap up here, kind of messed you up. Whoever shorted here and then held it, and then the very next day on the 9th, you would have had to cut that one immediately. Man, that's a little messy there. That was. And then Friday was an inside day. In NSC, looking for some more downside, and you did it. 2-2 continuation on Norfolk. All right. NTNX. All right, looking for some more upside. Hammer and force on the monthly. It did it a little bit. You got some, but then they got rid of it immediately. You probably would have cut that. Cut it. There it is, John. I cut it. Cut that thing. All right, NVIDIA. Everybody loves looking at NVIDIA right now. It is inside month. We were looking for some more upside. It didn't do it. All right, it did go 2-2 reversal to the downside, but you might get the 2-2 reversal to the upside next week. We'll see what happens. Look at these dailies. All right. I don't need an indicator to tell me what's going on here. They're selling it. Looking at full time frame continuity to the downside, even though this is a slight red. OIH out of the oils. All right, still inside month. 2-2 reversal on the weekly to the downside. You got some nastiness there. PPG. We're gonna get through these things here, guys. Sorry about the overtime here. PPG got some 2-2 continuation here on the month, and then it went green for the week. All right. Why? How? Look at this right here on the 9th. Look at that beautiful green bar. That's this day right here. Look at that. That's the outside day. Take it at the outside day right at 151.20, 151.40. All right. You could probably still be in that, but I probably would have cut it. Honestly, I would have. Yep. Work it, and then just cut it. PayPal. PayPal. John's having fun. PayPal out here. Looking for some more upside, and it didn't do it. I mean, you did go 2-2 reversal to the 2-2 continuation, but then look at this day right here, outside day, 3-1-2 to the downside. All right, look at this guy. September 8th, they gapped up, and then they sold it. PayPal to the lows. Qualcomm. I always say QCOM. All right, inside month, you got a bit of 2-2 continuation on the weekly, and there's your rev strat right there. All right, inside bar, 2 up, 2 down. Inside bar, 2 up, 2 down on the weekly. There's your rev strat, and then here's your dailies. All right, there's your dailies. RCL inside month. Royal Caribbean. You want to get on a boat? Based on price? No. Just based on the price. I wouldn't have got in on this. Just because, look at this. You know, tight range. You could have made some money on these 60s, though. If you're a sniper, you could have made some money on these things. Looking for the 2-2 reversal on Royal Caribbean on the weekly. Let's see what Rob says in his weekly video this week. All right, getting through it. RL. Looking for some more downside, and you got it. RL 2-2 continuation on the weekly. All right, look at them days. All right, look at them 60s. Roast got roasted. Roast got roasted. More continuation to the downside. You would have found it. You would have had to find a reversal on. Here's a 2-2 reversal on the daily. 2 up, 2 down. Is it a 2 up because it takes out this bar? Yes, 2 up. But then it closed as a shooter. It puts on it at 114. All right. Or if you're buying this thing right here, buy. Sell it right there. Just cut it. 115. You wouldn't have made much, but you would have made something. I don't know what your account size is. People do different things with the strat, but one thing we're not doing, we're not holding losers. All right, this is going over time. Sorry, guys. 2-2 reversal on the monthly, looking for some more upside on RRC. It did it. Not much. Look at these 60s. It's a mess. All right. Splunk. All right, no trade on Splunk. No trade. Inside week. Target. TGT. Target. Didn't do much. All right, a little messy. Wouldn't have got in on that. Tesla. Oh my goodness, Tesla. You are making people mad. 2 up on the month. Did go 2 up on the week just for a hair. Closed as a shooter on the week. Look at these days. All right. Everybody got in on the 7th right at 739. This thing's going to the highs, they say. It got to 760. And then the very next day opened up at 764. And then they dumped it the rest of the day. Okay. You want to buy the dip? You got 2-2 reversal to the upside right at 8. Right at September 8th at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. 2-2 reversal, 2 up, 2 down, right at 7:48. You could have made some money here, but then right on Friday, they dumped it. They dumped it. All right, outside day on Tesla. UNH. No trade. I had this. You know what? I had this marked as a no trade, and then Friday came in. Let's get rid of that. UNH. I had it marked as a no trade because it was inside bar, and then Friday came in. Shooter in force on the daily to the downside. UNP. We're almost done here. UNP. UNP more downside. 2-2 continuation. You could have got in on this 2-2 reversal. 2 up, 2 down. Bam! Look at them 60s. Look at them 60s. I don't need an SMA to tell me what's going on there. All right. VMW more downside. All right. 3-1-2 continuation. Look at Friday. That happened a lot. Everything was looking like the futures on Friday. VeriSign looking for some more upside because it's hammer and force on the month. Just based on time frame continuity, you had a couple days and a couple 60s that worked well. But 2-2 reversal on the daily right here. 2 up, 2 down. Let's see what they do here. That's a little doji ugly thing right there. Wells Fargo, hammer in force. No trade, though. No trade. It did not continue. Okay, did not continue to go down. No trade, Wells Fargo. Excuse me, that's not Will, that's WLL. More petroleum, looking for some more upside because it's hammer and force on the month. It did it a little bit, but then look at these 60s, look at these dailies. Doji. Wally World, Walmart, Wally World. Here in Indiana, we call it Wally World. Still inside month. You would have got some downside on this one. Ugly shooter, 2-2 reversal to the downside. From right here, these 2 days to the downside. Win resorts. I got a buddy on a cruise right now. I hope he's doing well because based on the price, I am not getting in on a win. Look at that. Ugh. All right, XEC. Rob talked about it on the Strat Time Reports. This thing is still going pretty well. Hammer in force on the month. All right. But then Friday messed up a lot of long positions. Marna was not in Rob's. It was not in Rob's signals for the week, but it did go 3-2 to the upside, and you had some pretty good days in that one. All right, Marna. All right, that's gonna do it for me. Sorry, I went 16 minutes over. I'm so sorry. Rob makes that stuff look so easy. I got caught up talking about time frame continuity and all these other things. Hopefully, I answered some of your questions. We'll do it again next Saturday. This is the Strat time. Excuse me. Ooh, not the Strat time. This is the Strat weekend shift with the Strat Soldier. Make sure you get on Rob's live. Make sure you get on Rob's live trading room where Rob can show you what is going to work and what's not going to work, and he can do it live. Okay. And if you want a deal, okay, they hooked me up with some coupons. When you get in there and you sign up, type in Strat Soldier. That'll give you 2 weeks free for the month. All right, 2 weeks free. And that's for the month, Strat Soldier. And then for the annual, if you want to go all in on this thing, you go to put in Strat Soldier 12, Strat Soldier 12, no spaces. That will give you the annual. That will give you, and then Rob's course, okay? And then we're going to put some more material on here. It's definitely more teaching material on there as well. Put them codes in there, all right? Get in there, see what Rob's doing, all right? Let him show you. Let him talk fast. Another thing I want to talk about is the power hour, okay? Rob does post the power hour, but it's late, okay? It's late in the day, late at night, in the evening. You want to be in that thing live, okay? When you're in there with Rob, you also get the live trading room, but you also get the power hour where Rob teaches these things live. And you're in the chat, you're typing in questions. Rob, what do we know to be true about Marna? Where do I set my level of defense? And he'll stop everything and he'll say, you got your 3-2 to the upside. Let's see if it keeps going, all right? This is the Strat Soldier with the weekend shift. Sorry, I went 18 minutes over, but I hope you got something out of it. And I will see you guys next Saturday. Also, see you in Twitter. Peace.